This is on what server?
It's server 1.
Alright, and it's just starting. I'm just in time. Alright, excellent. We are going to go off on Hades for sure here. And he is whiffing some rockets, but he finishes it with the point-blank rifle. Absolutely the most Hades start we could imagine. I think already Hades looks a bit nervous, but that's okay. Everyone would be nervous. We can play through those nerves and iron it out. And look, there you go. He's got a bit of a lead here. So, bit of an awkward start. It's 3-3 after 40 seconds, but I think that an awkward start is what Hades wants here. Unfortunate to take that rifle there, though. If Art's rifle is going to get on, because I don't think Hades is going to want to meet him rifle to rifle. Hades wants to be taking rifles where you're not expecting them to even be possible, rather than insta-dueling you. So if Art can play that kind of just absurd flow rifles game against him, I mean that's tough for anyone. It's not even Hades specifically. Anyway, it's 7-7, 8-7. Hades again, like who takes that rifle? It's not even, and it works. Like why did you shooting your first shot off spawn as rifle when you don't even have a kill? I mean that's just ridiculous. Art does manage to bring his lead into the 2 area, so a little worrisome for Hades here. Why did he switch to rifle? And he hits that. All right, the good news. Okay, that's just not a smart rifle switch, even if you're Hades. But that's what we can expect from him. Okay, no, Sauer Duels, why you do this? Come on, you see that shit?
No, what's happening?
Oh, Hades ate his own rocket off spawn, just like you were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, that's normal on Turbo.
That's the first one we've seen today, and it comes at a very bad time. However, Hades is hanging right in this. It's still down 2. He should be able to finish this kill off for free. And now he's dropping on Art's face, tied it all back up, and he hits the rifle. This is amazing. I think Hades is definitely gonna give us his best showing here. Let's watch Art for a bit, see how he's dealing with this. He is playing. Ooh, he runs right into that rocket. So just as I was about to say that he's playing with decent caution, he proves me wrong. Now that's a good spawn for him to get Hades to have there, and he finishes the free kill. Here he's playing a bit of a rocket game, but hits that one rifle in the middle that allows it to work out. That is a big shotgun he just took there from Hades. It looked for a second like he was going to have another free kill, but instead it's all tied up, and he's taking a rifle right off the spawn. And another one. If Hades is just going to hit every rifle, then more power to him, because that's what he's doing right now. Like he's doing some low percentage stuff. But Art getting a few rifles of his own there, suddenly he's got a 2 frag lead, and he's looking to make it a 3 frag lead. So just a little explosion there from Art. And now it's looking like some work will be there for Hades to do, because Art has a chance to even push this to a 4 frag lead potentially. He does. Hades is lucky to not. Oh my goodness, no! But he eats that kill there completely, and that one too. So this is grim stuff for Hades right now. Art's hitting perfect machine gun. He's really playing within the flow of the game. Kills are coming to him. He's not having to force anything. And that machine gun right there, again, that's just absolutely absurdly beautiful machine gun. And there, another bad spawn for Hades. Hades had a few really bad breaks this game. But you just gotta push through them. Let's go back on Hades here. Diving on Art, getting the kill on the spawn. And now he's got 100, looking for... Ooh, he gets caught by surprise coming through that door, though. Manages to finish it out, okay. And it's a great dive bomb there. Goodness, that wasn't expected. And another amazing turnaround rifle. And he's finished all these kills with a rifle, man. It's crazy. He's brought it back to 2. See, that's where someone like Art, Starch, or Rexus would have hit better machine gun. Machine gun, Hades' machine gun is definitely well above average, but it's not his strongest suit there, and that's why he didn't get that kill more cleanly. Alright, back to a solid 2 frags. So he's done some work here. And if he can keep this up, he'll be right back in it. What is his rifle percentage here?
Hades is at 21 rifle, 23 machine gun.
Hmm.
No, wait, sorry, it's 44 rifle.
And this is with the Frosty client stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it's closer for rifle than it is for machine gun. It's different for that too. I don't remember how. Anyway, point is he's hitting pretty hard, and that is absolutely sick right there. Getting the pop and the rifle finish, and he goes in close. That was a mistake. It looked like a mistake, and it was a mistake. But not the end of the world. He just needs to finish this kill cleanly to stay where he was at. The rifle switch. Manages to get away with it though, even though he missed it. He didn't take a whole lot of damage while it was happening. Now that happened. That's too bad.
That's what Art is really good at, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What, just
I don't know.
disorienting rocket stomps, or?
Yeah, I don't know, just sneaking around you all the time when you spawn.
Yeah.
You don't even know what's going on.
Well, it was traumatic to watch. So you gotta feel bad here. Now it's turned into a 4 frag situation here. So Hades needs to not take a rifle here, or he'll be in really bad shape. He does manage not to take a rifle. Returns another one at hyper light speed. Goes for the chainsaw. I'm sure that was intentional, but unfortunately doesn't finish the go. Now I know he wants this rifle because Art is rifleable, but possibly too transparent. And yeah, Art does get him to pay for that.
Yeah, that was very good defensive play on Art's end.
Absolutely.
Didn't give away any angle whatsoever.
Hades managing to survive a lot longer than he should here. If he can get some more damage out of this. Well, he doesn't, but still, 4 frags. If he can get a clean kill here, he'll be hanging around in this game. Beautiful. Not enough machine gun to do that, but he hits the good rockets, makes up for it, and oh, he dances around those nades beautifully. Somehow doesn't take the spam rocket either. Everything going Hades' way in that moment. And he's going to finish this with rockets? No, Art's dodging is insane, but he manages to close the distance with shotgun instead. Things are really heating up here. 3 frags, but Hades has the spawn. Manages to finish it off. Can he hit some beautiful machine gun? No, he can't, because he's not that great with machine gun. Still, he's right in this. If he cannot... Oh, that's painful. We needed that to not happen. I've got just gotten some bad real life news, but I'll deal with that later, because right now it's Sauer Duels time. 2 frags, 3 frags, 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. Still anyone's game, but more Art's game. Especially if Hades can't finish this kill here, which he does with another improbable rifle. Did he hit that rifle? I don't even know, man. I don't even know what's happening in this game. Still 3 frags, minute 30. Hades needs to go clutch now. This is his time to catch up, or never is his time to catch up. And you know he just wants to string together some rifles. That's the game he wants to play. And that's a good... Those are the kind of reflexes I'm talking about, man. How he knew Art spawned there so quickly, I do not know. I never would have figured that out. Still 3 frags though, and takes an unfortunate rocket off the spawn. It really looked like he was making something happen, but he's still down, and there, he just gets destroyed off the spawn. This could be game if he's not super clutch right now, because they're locked in a sort of mutual situation. In fact, Hades really needs this kill more than any kill so far, and he takes another one. So that's, it's gonna take a miracle now for Hades.
I wouldn't bet on it. Art just doesn't give him the rifle angles that Hades needs to work his game.
Yeah. I mean, it says something that he absolutely kept it a game and kept it close. I mean, now he's back down to 3.
Yeah.
Hades, you can't count him out. Hades, Art was too smart to let him play exactly the game he wanted, but wasn't able to prevent him from being an absolute force of an opponent. So Hades is going to have to try again later, going down to the loser bracket here in a respectable showing, but ultimately losing by 5 frags. Alright, I need to take care of this thing that just came up, but I will be here.
Yeah, I will restart my router because I'm having lag issues again. So annoying. Anyway, back in like 3 minutes.
Alrighty. Looks like we're gonna have lag out Frosty here. Just a minute, and no other games, I assume, because this game has to end before we even know who's playing who. So they're off on Academy. I'm gonna be paying a little less attention while I still try to figure out what's going on with my life. But yeah, the server side accuracy is the only reliable one. It starts saying, yeah. So anyone wants to understand what turned out to be wrong with the client accuracy, just look in Twitch chat right now. Because Starch has explained it all. Alright, winner of this goes to Hades, yep. Hi Swallow, what's up? Yeah, this is looking tight right now. I think that the way he's been playing, Frosty should win this, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't either. In fact, I really can't play favorites here because Lagout's been playing himself into shape this tourney. And it's just that's just the way it is with Frosty. Like, he's always the underdog even when he's the favorite. It's just his style is just not, it never gives him an easy win. It only gives him hard wins. So you can never count on anything. In fact, the last tournament that Frosty, I remember he had an Academy against Partisan in that tournament where he had a chance to stop Partisan from going to the grand final, and he really threw on Academy. So yeah, I don't know. You know, maybe that was just a one-time thing. It easily could have been, but it could happen. So anyway, we're seeing a really close game here. I guess the overall point is just that I can't call the favorite here. Lagout hitting him with perfect nades in that little stalling spot, though. Yeah, SWAT Llama saying it perfectly. If Lagout can push the pace on Frosty, then Frosty won't be able to play his game. But right now, Frosty does have the lead, and it's questionable whether Lagout will be able to push the pace the way he wants. Lagout is very good at Academy. This is a strong map for him. I think. So, yeah, I think the map favors Lagout. I think the thing that favors Frosty is just the shape. So, yeah, I mean, 3 minutes is still not all knotted up, so. And I think Acuerta is going to be back in a moment here, unless I have to re-invite him. Hope not. But we'll see. Hopefully I can do it from my phone so I don't have to look away from the game. Still all knotted up. I'm going to go on Frosty for a bit here, because I've been on Lagout for some time now. Frosty getting a bailout rifle there. And whiffing these rockets. Oh my goodness. Can't get the bailout rifle. Running around the corner. Oh my god.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, there you are. Good. I was worried for a second.
Nice.
Yeah, as you can see, this game is absolutely close. They've traded the semi-lead so far. And I was discussing with Swatlama how I think the map favors Lagout. I think if Lagout can play at the speed he likes to play, he could have the potential to run over Frosty. But I think that, of course, Frosty's been having a great tournament, and he's probably in better shape. So, I don't know. It's anyone's game. I think that Lagout... I actually started out, I think, saying the opposite thing, and now I think Lagout is the slight favorite, because it really is a good map for Lagout, and Frosty is not that great here. Not bad, but not that great.
Yeah, I think the map does favor Lagout a lot. He's just an absolute beast on Academy.
And there's our
And
first 2 frag lead of the game.
I've seen him beat Arch countless times on that map, so I mean that already speaks volumes, I guess. But then again, he's really not that, hasn't been active at all lately, so yeah.
Well, while that is true, I have to say he doesn't look bad. He looks pretty good. I'm not really seeing any telltale signs of rust. You know, just subtle things maybe, but he's not whiffing any shots, and his flow looks good. He's not feeling too slow or anything, so certainly you have to account for the lack of shape, taking a few steps off his game, but he's not looking bad by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm back on Frosty here after a moment on Lagout. He's the one. Did he get that rocket? Insane rocket there. And he traps Lagout coming out of the teleporter. That's a nice play. That gives you a nice little mental edge too. Goes for the early shotgun switch though. Not the best. And fadeaway machine gun angle. Does manage to complete the kill and eats all the nades ever. And they're just dancing around these corners, predicting each other and missing the rockets. Frosty really wants him to go up the jump pad. He does. After juking Frosty for a second. Frosty doesn't get quite all the machine gun he wanted as a result. And he's another mutual. Lagout. Oh, Frosty. I'm just saying the players' names because I don't know what else to say. But no, that situation there where Frosty really thought about whether he was going to go up that jump pad, and then he did, and it didn't quite work out the way he wanted it to. And now Frosty is the first player to lose on this mutual situation they've been running for the last few kills. So he really needs to kill Lagout here. He does, but oh, the spawn is brutal for him. Lagout kills him completely fresh, and Frosty gets it right back. Way to go, Sauer Spawns. You actually balanced yourselves out for a change. So they have been so tight in this last 1.5 minutes or so. But unfortunately, tight favors Lagout right now because he is the player with the advantage. And Frosty really just kind of walked into those nades. I don't think there was any kind of justification for what he just did there. And now he looks a little frustrated. I don't think he saw his tournament ending to Lagout. And there is Lagout beneath him with the...
Oh boy. Yeah, that's what makes this game so great, I guess. They're not just playing the map, they're playing each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you know what I mean.
I do, and that's what's great about all games with Frosty is he's always like if it can. I said this after our games. If it can be so self-centered, you know, you got someone like Starch or Raphael or Rexus especially. They're just flowing and reacting. But with something like this, and other games with Frosty especially, like you're playing the player.
Yeah. You can see they're trying to get into each other's heads.
And it looks like Lagout is winning the battle. Frosty's going to need to find another gear, and Frosty's usually not the best at finding the other gear. Frosty's not a comeback player. He's a strangle you the whole game player. Just in my opinion. He's clutch at the ends of games, but he doesn't usually... He's stringing together a lot of frags and commands, just isn't really how his game works. So he's gotten it back to 3. He's going to need to have an amazing minute and 42 seconds if he wants to turn this in his favor. That is not amazing. Neither is that. Frosty just not really trusting his rifle. I don't really know why. but he keeps going for these optimistic machine gun fights. I think Frosty is done. I think he is done mentally. It does not look like he has the calmness of mind to come back into this, even if the opportunity was there. So,
Yeah,
barring
this machine gun doesn't stick anymore.
yeah, barring a ridiculous comeback scenario, we're gonna be seeing Hades versus Lagout. Another former Whoop matchup, and a very interesting one. I think if I would love to see them on Academy again. Hades has really taken Academy as a weakness and turned it into a strength. There was a stretch where it was like, if I was playing some games with Hades and I like lost 2 or 3 in a row, I was like, screw this, we're playing Academy, and it was a free win. But that stopped happening. I think Hades is actually very good on Academy now. I think it's one of his better maps, so I'd be interested to see. It'd be a big clash of styles. I'd love to see him on Academy.
Yeah, it was actually the same story with Lagout on Academy as well. He used to be really bad at it, so whenever he would annoy me on Turbine, I would just pick Academy just to stick it in his face.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
I've been there as well, actually. When I came back, I was really shitty. Academy was the only map I could take anyone on, really, but especially Lagout. Because Lagout had come into his own while I was gone, you know, so I came back and I was like, oh, this Lagout guy's fierce, and I was like, but I can still sun him on Academy. That didn't last either. So, same experience, Lagout taking a weaker Academy game and really turning it into a strength. And there, Frosty, too smart for me. We'll never know whether that was entirely sincere or there's some sarcasm there, but certainly seemed to be actually the case. Frosty's dipping out. I'm jealous. But yeah, so maybe we should get is this the correct tracker? Asks Hardwired. I'm not sure. Yeah, it should be. I'll answer him properly later. Lagout versus Hades to determine the actual other finalists and winners of the Blizzard bracket. Yes. But yeah, I was gonna say maybe get Lokio back on here. Do a sort of a 3-caster situation. I think we can make that happen actually without stepping on each other's toes.
Totally.
So I'm gonna ask Lokio if he wants to do that. I mean, he's listening to me right now. Lokio, do you want to do that? I'm gonna invite him to the channel as a form of asking.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. Trying to catch up on all my Discord notifications right now. Yeah, the conversation in Spank Intern talking about the MG situation, like I mentioned on stream a bunch of times. Hades MG really let him down that game. Yeah, because it's definitely above average chain gun, but he can't get those shreds sometimes that you just need to get to get that last level. But he did get. I was also saying earlier how I was worried about Frosty for Hades, but in fact Hades seems to think he's more worried about Lagout, and now Hades has Lagout. So wild stuff. Crazy results, and here we are. I have to unmute Lokio. Hello, Lokio. You are on stream. Now, I'm probably going to go back, and the game's already going to have started. Now, the game is starting perfectly now, and this is going to be a good one. What map is this? I'm staring into space. I don't know what map it is, and it is Turbine. And Lagout immediately destroys him off the spawn. That's another great spawn for Hades. seems like he's had a lot of somewhat slipping spawns. Another absolutely terrible spawn, but that's Sauer run. Hades got to hang in there. Lokio, by the way, are you what's up with Lokio?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, awesome.
Took
Sick.
a second.
Yeah, that's cool. Wanted to make sure there was nothing I had to do. So Hades down to hitting a sick rifle, but man, he is getting torched right now, honestly. And look, he just wants to slow the game down. He can't do it. Lagout is off to a 3-frag lead early. So this is... Let's watch Lagout. Let's watch what's happening here. I mean... Alright, Lagout missed a lot of machine gun there. Maybe that's the shape that we were worried about. But if we see a Lagout art final, I mean, how crazy would that be? I mean, even a Hades art final was going to be crazy, but a Lagout art final, I mean, that would be pretty cool for Lagout to just show up on Zero Shape and make the finals against his clanmate. So either way, we're in for a good one here. Now, Lagout is sort of the situation has stabilized a bit. We're at 3 frags, but it's not getting any worse. So at least Hades not folding here, but definitely not the start he wanted either. Missing all his chain gun. Hades' chain gun, just not where it needs to be.
All the while Lagout is sitting at 40% chain gun.
Yeah, well, with the client or the server?
Client.
Yeah, that meaningless number. Still, Lagout is clearly
Still better
hitting
than
the chain
24%.
Yes. Yeah, Acuerta, if you read back in Twitch chat a bit, Starch explained exactly what it is. It's different between the client and the server. But right now, there's no time for that because there's only a effic turbine where Lagout has gone up 4 and hits a beautiful rocket there that looks to extend the lead. I'm going to go on Hades again and see whether he's got it in him to deal with what is quickly going out of control. That was some nice moves there. Hitting some great rockets, and Lagout kind of giving that up a bit with the kind of Lagout-esque plays of just being a little slow to care about the spam going in his direction. Hard to say he's slow to react to it, it's just slow for him to respect it. So Hades has brought this back to 2, which is a big deal, and he's even got the potential to push it to 1 if he can get a really clean kill here. He's not able to get either of those shots. A nice rocket there. Ooh, did his mouse drop out for a
Holy
second
shit,
there?
man.
Jesus. Alright, back to 3. Hades looked a little off for a few moments there. And Lagout again comes around that corner. Hades should be ready for that by now, and it looked like he kind of was, but he still didn't know how to deal with it. 4, and he takes the rifle. That is bad news for Hades. I'm going to go back on Lagout. I'm just going to try to remember to keep switching like every few minutes. Lagout hitting a beautiful rail up the jump pad, but then missing the shotgun, and also getting taken down at that exact same spot that Hades seems to have practiced a lot. He seems to really know how to deal with crate spawn. Someone gets crate spawn, Hades is going to get a really clean kill. Which in general is what should happen on this map, but some kills are even cleaner than others. Hades getting the cleanest kills there. So it's back to 2. Hades with the stack advantage and finishing his deserved kill, but Lagout getting a pretty clean kill himself. I mean, this is just back and forth. It's a pick. It's hard to say that anyone's getting a clear advantage right now. Other than Lagout still hanging on to that advantage he got right at the start. Hades ties the game with no health, but does technically tie it. And a mother, oh my gosh, the close range rifles, man. Each one has a heart attack. Great chain gun from Lagout there. Shredding him in midair. And we're at 38 to 38. Lagout finishing that kill with a decent amount of health. Here he is trying to get around the corner. Oh my goodness. Totally destroys Hades' attack and gets up close to him. Doesn't manage to kill him though, so if Hades can get a rifle, which he does, he wants to finish it off with another rifle. He wants to play insta here. Lagout is not going to let him, but he does take a lot of damage. Hades needs to finish this off with a machine gun before he takes a huge amount of damage here. Lagout's trying to close the distance, and Hades does get the machine gun. Might have been better for Lagout to try to rifle there. And Hades actually takes his first lead of the game here. He takes a 2-frag lead. Oh my goodness. I'm going to stay on lag out for a bit. I'm going to see what he's going to do to bounce back here. Just beautiful there, like the quick machine gun burst into the rocket before Hades has even thought about how he's going to dodge. But nonetheless, it has turned into a 3-frag deficit. And here he is, he's just taking rocket pot shots while Hades is having a chance to get off the rifles that he wants. There though, amazing machine gun shredding, and there he almost comes back into it, to even a 2-frag situation, and there we are. That was unfortunate to miss so much chain gun there, but that beautiful rush down there, oh my goodness. It's very satisfying when you rush someone down in that part of the map instead of getting stalled, and Lagout just performed it flawlessly there. However, the Hades rifles are coming in. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm not trying to be biased, but Hades has gotten some brutal spawns this tournament. But happens to everyone, and he's still got a 2-frag lead, so he can't complain too much. Amazing shotgun whiff. Lago finishes himself off for him, however. But it gets a very clean kill there, and another lot of damage off spawn. So he's got 70 health and a chance to come back into the game. Kind of gives up a lot of health at the jump pad, and now he takes a Hades rail. Hades, however, not hitting the second ones, and well, does able to keep him from taking too much damage there. I'm tripping over my words in absolute effic bliss right here. I'm gonna go back to Hades now. He's managing to nurse this 2-frag lead. Gets blindsided coming in there though. Lagout's gonna have a lot of health to work with. Well, no, he doesn't. I'm totally wrong. Never mind. Not able to finish this kill with shotgun, but of course the rifle is perfect. Oh, beautiful rocket. That was a sick rocket there. And now it's a 4-frag game. There, Hades finally gets the spawn in his favor, but Lagout doesn't let it make too big of a difference. Quick turnaround. This is a proper 3-frag lead right now. It could turn back into 4. Oh, another good spawn. Alright. The spawns are starting to even out here. Lagout hitting a clutch rail, though. There's the machine gun that Hades needs. There it is. Good time for it to show up. Beautiful rocket to rifle. Beautiful shotgun finish, knowing Lagout was going to come at him. Three and a half frag lead right now. Lagout misses the rifle that he wanted to get the finish with, and then takes another brutal spam rocket. This could turn into a legit 4 right now. Hey, he's not hitting the rifles, but he's not going down yet either. This is a legit 4 now. 4.5. Well, Lagout gets one back. Still, 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. It's not over with the amount of explosiveness that Lagout is capable of. This game is still absolutely anyone's game. But Hades has the finish line in sight. That rifle's gonna help a lot. That rocket, I meant, but then the rifle helped even more. He's hitting really good spread there. That was a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill. Trying again to finish a kill with rifle, but it's fine. He's gonna spawn and finish it off the normal way. Lagout not able to get a rifle there. That's the kind of place where I think Lagout's shape has let him down a bit. He's been really not comfortable switching to rifle that much and hasn't hit some of those just unfair shots that you need to hit to go over the top in a fix sometimes. So, 5 frags, 1 minute. It probably is not going to happen at this point for Lagout. But never quite say never. Again, Lagout is explosive enough that I'm not going to call it until we get to like 30 seconds, 5 frags. And in fact, it's 3 frags now, and Hades whiffs the machine gun, but does finish it off in the end. Destroyed by machine gun there, gets a bad spawn, manages to survive it. 4 frags, and I think Hades is going to want to stall here. I certainly would. Actually runs away and gets the kill with rockets coming out of the thing. 22 seconds, 5 frags. I think we're going to be seeing a Hades art final. Wow. Hades has come a long way from losing a bet to Frosty, talking about how much he would rather play FIFA, to appearing in the finals of an extremely stacked effic tournament. And really, I mean, this is an amazing result for him. He really has a lot to prove as a player, I felt like, and he's definitely came out and proven it today. So mad
Yeah,
respects.
I must say I wouldn't have expected him to make it to the finals.
Yeah, we talked about it on stream. I didn't expect it either. He's really, I just love to be proven wrong here. Like, I love to see a player come out and exceed my expectations. Well, I guess I can't count on any future appearances from him, but we've still got today. We've got an exciting grand final coming right up, and I totally forgot about my real life, but that's fine. Better than that. All right, well, at least Sauerbrunn is better than Madden. We've got that going for us. Thank goodness. All right, what is happening? Where is the grand final? Bring me the grand final. I've got places to be and heavy objects to move, which is the main reason I have a place to be. So, someone get Art in here. Someone go to Whoop intern and highlight him a lot. Call his phone. Do something. Go to his job. Call his office. Tell them to send an email on his work line. We need Raphael now.
There's actually an interesting story, or rather a funny story behind the phone number thing, because in Whoop at least we used to all have each other's phone numbers, but during the time Raphael was inactive, he must have changed his phone number. But I didn't know that. So yeah, I kept sending sometimes, let's say, mean messages to his old phone number, but turns out it had been passed on to some random girl.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was gonna be funny enough if you were just talking to no one, but nope, some random girl had to suffer. That's too funny.
Yeah, she even answered me back and was like, "Dude, who are you? What do you want from me?"
Wow, what a terrifying experience for her.
Yeah, I was like, "Stop trying to deceive me. I know you're ours."
Oh no. Wow.
That girl probably filed a harassment complaint later on.
She probably changed her number. If you message that number now, it's someone completely different. All right. Well, no one call Art's phone or send him any emails. You'll probably end up triggering World War III accidentally. Nonetheless, he needs to show the fuck up right about now. Cause alright, okay, he's back, according to Lokio, so that would be great if he would be back. Yeah, like I said, it's in some ways it's a I don't know, I can't so many words, man. Hard.
Huh, I wonder what he's gonna pick.
There he is.
The man of the hour, and the whole last 4 hours, and maybe even some more hours other times.
Oh, Academy.
Not surprising, and exactly what I wanted to see. So this is going to be great. I really want to see. I do think Art has the better academy, but I also think that Hades has done amazing things with this map. So I'm so hyped, man. This is as good of a grand finals we could have hoped for. I mean, really, with the talent in this tournament, there were okay. Hades calling shit map. No surprise. We can probably count on constant BM from Hades for the rest of the tournament. But I'm off on Hades. He gets a pretty excellent spawn, immediately wastes it with an unfortunate rifle switch, and then walks to the teleporter and gets owned. So that is an okay start, I guess. Once again going through green armor teleport, just kind of making a circle around the map here. Where's Art? Art is down in the middle, running out of rockets through spam. Getting an absurdly large amount of shotgun damage, however. And nades come in to finish the job. So Hades already leaning heavily on his rifle, but he does predict Art nicely out of that. Art is just going in for the shotgun, but fortunately Hades able to finish him before he can get another one off. Alright, so now Art's gotten the kill with fresh stack here. And he's also going in hard with the rockets, so that's going to be a serious lead for Art. And it looks like Hades really wants to make the rifle work, man. If he's going to be this dedicated to using rifle, it could be a problem for him. Because, you know, yeah, it's predictable is never good, even if you're really good at what you're doing. Then again, those are shots that are going to help a lot. So he manages to stop the bleeding at 2. Lucky not to take a rifle there, coming out of the teleport with predictable movement, and finishes his kill off. Good switch to rockets there. He didn't have enough machine gun, and he's not been shredding with it anyway. Unfortunate not to do more damage coming out of that, but Art gives it up, and Hades hits a clutch rifle, which Art returns. Missing that one, unfortunate. That was some slick moves, honestly, to not take any spam damage there. Again, oh my god. At this point, I should stop being surprised. Hades is going to play like 70% insta, and that's what he's going to do. Can he win doing that? We're going to see. Let's take a breather, go to Art Pov here, see some normal effic. With 2 minutes gone, we've got 11 to 10, and Art is playing freely up the jump pad, actually getting himself an advantage. And how did Hades miss those shotguns? Oh my gosh.
Wow, that was massive.
Oh, Art even with the bind, that is brutal. So Art getting out to a comfortable 3-frag lead here, getting some good damage off that spawn too. Hades not gonna hit anything with those rifles, all or nothing situations. And now Art's looking to do another fresh spawn of damage. Taking it to 4 frags. This has been an explosion from Art. Although it really hasn't been an explosion so much as it's just been a series of slick plays and Hades not quite doing the right thing. But if Hades can hit a rifle here, Sort of a sneak attack. Where is he coming from? Interesting plays. Art just spamming nades behind him and running away. Play I've seen him make many times in this map. He does take a rifle there, but he finishes off the kill. Now Hades is down 2 with 15 health, looking for more rifles. Gets it. I'm back on Hades here. That was a sick rifle. Spams the rocket, doesn't hit it. Eats the next spam rocket too. That was kind of predictable. And Art knew how to place that rifle. But here we are at 2. So Hades has definitely stemmed the bleeding. He's very good at getting that rocket under telly. He's gotten it a few times this game. Peeking back, looking for the peak rifle, not getting it. Going up to the frosty spot, waiting for Art on the teleporter. Gets it. Art figures it out pretty quick, but Hades does manage to get a kill out of it to put it back into a more manageable style of 2 frag deficit. Not sure I like going through the teleporter there. He got a little worried about the spam he was taking, but look at those moves. That is a sick rifle combo. Unfortunate to take exactly enough damage to be down 50, but it doesn't matter. He takes a rocket to seal the deal anyway. So unfortunately back to 3 for Hades here, and good shotgun machine gun stuff there. That was needed. Not able to get that rifle. Pausing a bit to let Art spam go by. Lucky not to quite catch that spam rocket out of the teleporter. Gets the rifle. Now I think he wants to play Insta again. Good prediction, knowing that Art was not going to want to let him play Insta. Perfectly times the rocket, but still not a whole ton of damage, so he's going to want to try to finish this kill off cleanly. It's going to be a bit of a spam war. Doesn't get the rocket through the floor this time, but hits the clutch rifle. What is that one? Oh my god. What? Alright, well despite the flashy moves, it's come back to a serious 3 frag deficit, and if he can't finish this off, it's going to be a 3.5 frag deficit. Okay, well that was just silly. Just a little bit of levity there with the up the jump pad rifles. Great rocket out of teleport, but still down 4. Art is definitely not afraid at all. Watching Art play right now, he's just not concerned about anything. He's giving up some fairly easy things to Hades, but it's not mattering because he's just playing the map the way he wants to. Nonetheless, with 5.5 minutes gone, we have a 3 frag game. Hades is not out of this yet. Art has looked clearly a little bit better, and there catches Hades making a predictable telly exit. Awkward fight from Hades, and it's down 5 now. Now we're in some trouble here. Not able to get that rifle, not really the weapon you want to be finishing it off with either. Art's got not very much health. Letting him get those rifles, that's pretty tilting and a big deal. Hades finishes it with rifle anyway. Now where's Art? He's not able to get the ridiculous peak, but he does hit that one. Wait a minute, why was he rifleable? Maybe he did get the ridiculous peak. I can't even comprehend Hades' rifles. Just like that, he's picking back 3 frags. I don't know how much damage that shotgun did. It did a lot of damage. And now Hades has got it back to a 2 frag game. Oh, Jesus, rifles. Alright, I've been on Hades' pod for too long. Let's go see how Art's going to stem the bleeding here. Well, he's going to use his own rifle here, but does not get a spawn where he can do much. And now he's going to play Insta, which, even though he's very good at Insta, probably what Hades wants him to. The close-range rifles from these guys, man, they're just not... They're not supposed to be. Well, these two playing Insta for a solid, like, 3 kills there. What? Still playing Insta. This is Insta Academy with 2 shots to kill. Finally, some machine gun comes out. But only as an excuse to switch into rifle. Hades getting a terrible spawn, but Raphael bailing him out with the self-rocket. And now Hades is going to take a lot of machine gun. I wasn't sure where he was going to come through there. Oh, and eats that rocket going back into the, I don't know, I'll call it a cave right now. It's not a cave, but we've gotten it back to a 2 frag deficit, which is where this game is averaged out to. Hades, though, definitely within striking distance. Only 1 at this current second. But, yeah, you knew Art was going to finish that off. Still, pretty mutual right now. Hades hitting a sick rifle. He's gonna want the second one. Art hitting an even sicker rifle, but then Hades hitting another sick rifle. This is what I'm talking about, man. Like, Hades has always played this map like this, and before it was predictable enough that I could get past it and make Academy a weak map for him. But he's just taking it to new levels, I guess. I mean, he gets these angles that he just hits his rifles, man. He's more able to survive missing the rifles, and he mostly hits them. However, while I was trying to explain how rifle works, Art managed to put it back to 2 frags, and he's got the health to extend it more. He does take a rifle there, but what is that damage? Beautiful combo from Art there. And Hades is not in a good situation for rifle, because exactly that is going to happen. And now Art, with 1 minute and 18 seconds, very close to putting this away. Still technically 2 frags. Hades lucky to get that rifle. That'll keep him with a puncher's chance. That rifle as well. He's hitting these shots that are just keeping him in it. Gets predicted out of that teleport, but gets outspawned immediately. Neither of them seems to expect that, but Art gets the better of it in the end. Still 2 frags. 26 seconds. Art's gonna know that Hades wants rifles, and he's not gonna give them away without having a better shot himself. Still 2. Could happen. Hades has to play for overtime at best here. That's it. Nope, we're done. So it's gonna be Academy to Art in what I suppose is the expected result, but also expected. Hades giving us a great game here, and brought it down to a tie game a couple times before losing ultimately by 2.
Yeah, a great game it was. And you could really see how Art tried to push Hades into these situations where he would have to go all in or lose it, basically.
And
so
go on.
yeah. No, I was done.
Well, it helps that Art's got these same stupid rifles himself. So, you know, when you feel like, oh, rifle's my advantage, that's one thing. But Art's coming up with so many rifle switches that are hitting that Hades is not able to get those, you know, 50-50 things where he can go for a free rifle. Anyway, we're off on Memento here. Art hitting obscene shots. Yep. Wow says it all. And he's going to go up by solid margin here. Hades, though, immediately with the rifle. Art prepares the shot, hits the shot, and Hades manages to barely get the shotgun kill. Again with these... I can't even... I can't get over it. Like, Hades is playing 90% rifle and making it work against the best effic player that we have in this tournament, as far as rankings are concerned. However, that didn't go so well for him. And, but Art taking a moment to do what I've been saying, and his own stupid rifle switch, which, okay, yep. Ridiculous shots. Ridiculous shots. Ridiculous plays. Ridiculous spawns. Whoa. Alright, the dust settles at 6-5. Another ridiculous shot. Hades stalling out. Art really wants him to go through telly. He does, but when Art's not expecting it. Art with 2 health, he wants a rifle. Hades knows he wants a rifle. Trying to get that last 2 damage with nades. Art almost gets the shot. Hades is down and out of position now. Takes a nade. Doesn't take the rifle, though. Still, it's not going to matter with a spawn like that for Art. Not the spawn itself, but the damage off spawn. Ultimately making all of Hades work for nothing.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Memento was a good choice.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it was a good choice. I don't usually beat Hades on Memento, but I come closer than I should, I think. Obviously, just talking about your own matchups isn't a very watertight way to rate people, but yeah, just from my own experience, I don't think Hades is as good at Memento as maybe he thinks he is. But sometimes you just want to play the map you want to play. Down 4, kind of a big deal in Memento, but not unmanageable. And Hades finishes off his rifle there in a, again, high-risk play. Destroyed by machine gun there. How does Art not take more machine gun damage there? Hades has got to be kicking himself. Art was just standing there not moving, and Hades was not able to get really any machine gun damage, like 30, 60 total rather. Still 3 frags, not 4. Hades is on 50-50, but he gets the rifle he wants, and if he can finish him off here, he'll have a fresh stack to work with. Does eventually switch to machine gun, and he gets it while still not rifleable, but he misses the rifle there. And here come the nades. Not getting that turnaround rifle. Kind of unfortunate. I think Hades usually hits that shot. And now he's suddenly down 5 out of nowhere. That rifle's going to help though. Can he get the follow-up? No. He switches weapons. Doesn't get it. Doesn't take a rifle there though. That's key. Goes again. That's the starts. How did he hit that one though?
Insane.
Absolutely. Alright, he's going to fight for great. And immediately run out and die. And immediately take a rifle. So 1 health. Does manage to get his kill. Doesn't manage to hit another stupid rifle. That was a risky position, and it paid exactly how I thought it would. Giving up a free, non-moving, back-turned rifle angle to Raphael in the exact spot that Raphael was expecting him, and eating those nades. I think Hades might. I would hate to be in Hades' spot right now. That's all I'll say. He's definitely getting outmatched here, and with 6 minutes to go in his elimination map, doesn't want to be down 4. That's gonna help, but he's still down a solid 4. Woo! I have been on Hades for a while now, because he's the one who needs to make something happen. But I will give Art some screen time for a bit here because it's only fair. Art getting the Memento rifle he needs there. Killing Hades with the spam. Taking a rifle, but again, he's at 5. It's not a huge deal. And that is big. That is big damage there. Hades tried to finish the kill and ended up giving up a ton of damage. Eating that spam rocket. Art is really predicting everywhere he's going. And that is beautiful, beautiful stuff. And that's even more beautiful. And that is just stupid. And that is game.
Holy shit, man.
That is going to take a lot to come back from. Hades is going to need to... I don't know. Coming back from that would be very unlikely. I mean, he just packed on 3 frags to an 8 frag lead in disgusting fashion. I mean, a 5 frag lead, which is now an 8 frag lead, is what I'm saying. Anyway, it's now a 7 frag lead, but point is, it is a huge lead, and he did it in disgusting fashion. There it is, 8 again. And I just don't think that Hades has enough of a rifle advantage over Art that he's going to be able to, yeah, do this. I don't know why he didn't pick OT. Honestly, I think this was a terrible pick, and OT would have been a much better one.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Memento is really the kind of map that has been popular among us whoopies for years now.
Absolutely.
We've been playing it like non-stop. So, yeah.
I've spent countless hours on Memento with both you and Raphael throughout the years, so I know firsthand how much experience you both have on it. I mean, the thing is, like, Art has both got the rifle to handle the new school style of play its own way, and he has all this experience from the 2014 never stop rushing style of effic on this map. So he can do it all. He can rush you down, and he can take you with rifle. And we're really seeing that here as Hades tries to play it the one way, Art's playing it both ways, and he's up 6.
Yeah. Hades lacks the positional play here that Art definitely has.
Absolutely. It's exactly that. When the only weapon you're using is... When you're using more weapons than this rifle, Memento gets very positional, as anything does. But I mean, yeah, back when you were really, really far above people in Memento, I remember studying, trying to figure out what you were doing so well, and it came down to positioning. You had a positional read on every situation. You knew where to go to get the rockets and machine gun you wanted. And Art obviously has studied those moves as well, and Hades has not.
Yeah.
6 sags, 2.5 minutes. What were you saying?
We played a couple of duels on Memento, and I don't know, it was just surprising to say the least. I was sometimes shocked that, like, I was in situations I didn't know I could receive damage here, but okay, apparently it is possible.
Yeah.
And that happened like all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I knew this map like extremely well, but playing it against Art lately, just, I don't know, it has shown me different ways of playing it, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, it just needs, on the simplest level, it needs way more rifle than it ever needed before, and then on the more complex level, everything that it already had has been refined by just that many more years of practice.
Yeah.
I think Memento is I like it less because I hate how much rifle has to be used, but I think it's probably one of the toughest maps in the pool. I mean, if you're good on Memento, you can pull that out against a lot of players for a free win. So with the rest of the game of formality, we can look back on this tournament and say that there were a lot of surprises. Rexus going out so early, really unbelievable. Losing to Hades and losing to Frosty. It's too bad. Rexus would have put up a much better fight in this map if past results or anything go by, because the last tournament came down to the last second on Memento. Rexus was playing for overtime, to be fair, but Art hit him with this perfect rocket at the very last second. It's actually a must watch if you're interested in watching a good effic final. But anyway, Rexus going out early, the biggest surprise. Frosty going really far. Not a shocking surprise, but still a surprise nonetheless. Lag out, showing that he doesn't need to be in top shape to go really deep in these effic tourneys. Definitely proving his ranking is deserved. And Hades showing that he can back up a lot of his trash talk. I mean, really, this was a bad pick from him. I think if he'd picked OT, we would have seen a much different game. And even as it is, he only lost by 5. But I don't know if we'll see a good game here. I think if he'd picked OT, he could have taken the victory, because it's not Art's best map, and it's definitely Hades' best map. And he kept it close on Academy as well. So, pretty good final, even though it doesn't go to 3 maps. And a great tournament overall.
Yeah, definitely.
So would you like to, as I've been saying this whole time, I really need to get going, but would you like to run an interview with Art on this on the stream?
I don't know. Is Lokio still here?
Sort of, but I have to run really soon too.
Yeah, to be honest, I would rather do the raffle soon, because I also want to get going.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can run you can run a text interview with him anytime if you want to do some post game coverage. So we will end the stream here, and thank you for the 26 or 50 players, whatever it was, who showed up to play. Thank you to all the people who showed up to watch. I see 26 in chat right now. That's a great audience. You guys are wonderful, keeping me doing this, keeping players having an audience. And thanks to Frosty for Sauer Duels. Thanks to all the refs for running. I think I've said thank you to basically everyone at this point. So I'm going to hit it. Oh, thanks to Acuerta for being my loyal co-caster here. Maybe loyal is the wrong word, but for being my dedicated co-caster. Really enjoyed casting with you, man. Lots of vintage insight that we could all benefit from. Too bad,
Yeah, it was a pleasure to be here.
Excellent. All right, at this point, I really am going to end the stream, so everyone have a nice evening, and I'll see you around.
Bye-bye.